Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ladies of Sosa podcast. My name is Sarah Benjamin.
And my name is Christine Ladu.
Yes, and we're actually the producers of the Ladies of Sosa. We're usually behind the scenes, but today we are personalities. We are on camera, so let's see how this goes. We are going to introduce our guests today and our speakers. We have some new faces and some returning faces, but we're going to let Emma go ahead and introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Emma Alier.
What's up, y'all? It's Guliato Bango Boy. I'm out here from Minnesota. Flew in. She don't know I was the one who commented something crazy on her thing last time. So, yeah, we probably get to meet in person. So, I'm out here.
Yeah,
go ahead,
he pulled up.
And my name is Willie Lokiro. First time, so let's get it. Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum, ya Junubin. My name is Karyong, Quinn Karyong, also known as KK.
Oh, yeah, I'm a mayor.
All right.
Okay, before we start, do you want to address what you said on her post? So just to give people context.
Wait. Hold on. We gotta rewind it back,
Yeah.
though. So we've been seeing the feedback.
Yes.
The comments
Okay.
have been crazy. I know people are coming at KK and Emmanuel, so they're back to rebuttal.
Redeem.
Nobody came down.
They're standing on what they said, but we're just here to further expand upon whatever was discussed.
Yes, exactly. And Emma, some people have came for you a little bit. Aboyo came for you.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah,
right
he
next to
did,
you.
and I didn't even know.
Yeah, so
Yeah, go
this is
ahead.
the crazy part. She's over there. She's like, somebody commented, she must be dating a white man. I'm like, girl, that was me.
Yeah, I did visit the page, but the face didn't stick to my head. I just knew it was a Sudanese guy. But I'm going to go back. I'm going to follow you because I like what you're talking about in your content. So I'm going to follow you. But yeah, no hatred. I like it. I love to hear the feedback.
And that's what we love. Like, he had something to say, and we told him to pull up, and he showed up. That's the energy. It's an open roundtable, just in case you guys are not aware. I know this is our relaunch, and we're so excited to be back.
Yes.
So it's different. We want to share our perspectives, but we don't want to do it.
Yes,
from
it
our
isn't.
voices.
We don't want it to always be us.
Right.
Actually, matter of fact, we want somebody else to take this seat. So if you're willing to discuss whatever you feel is your perspective and your viewpoint, we would love to have you. So if you're in Dallas, if you're South Sudanese, email us, DM us, however you want to get in contact. Reach out to them.
Wait, not just
Pull
Dallas,
up.
because we've had people from overseas
Yeah,
reach
pull
out
up.
to us
Pull
to
up.
ask how they can be involved. So we're going to try letting people call in or send voice notes or just different things to keep it interactive and help you guys be a part of the show because you guys have been commenting and just being really active. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
We're excited. So Emma, are you going to address if you're dating a white man or not?
No, I'm
Because
not.
the people have been asking.
I didn't respond in the comment because I wanted to keep whoever it was because I didn't know who it was at first. I wanted to keep them wondering. I didn't know I was going to see him face to face.
The pressure is getting what's up.
What's up? For real. But yeah, no, it's not. And I love that comment because I was like, wrong.
But where he from, though?
Yeah, that's the real
Let us
question.
know. People want to know.
You never specify.
The people want to
He's from the West.
Okay.
West African.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Ayo.
Why are you hiding him?
When the
Tell us
East
the
and the
truth.
West.
Why are you hiding him?
Tell us.
But when the East and the
details.
West meet, that's crazy.
What
Nah,
details do y'all want?
What country?
Like why?
Nigeria.
Niger.
Ayo.
Okay, so he's a black man.
Why were you hesitant?
So you were wrong. Boy, you
Why
were
were you-
wrong.
why were you
I was
hesitant
wrong.
to say
So I
that?
apologize. But the way you was acting during that conversation, she's like,
How was I acting?
she's like, oh my God. They're like, I love going outside our culture. It's the best thing ever.
I didn't say it like that.
It was
I
something
didn't-
like that. It was
I said
close.
people from outside my culture treat me very, very well. Like they kind of give me the love that I've always wanted.
What do you
Open
mean?
up a
What do you
can
mean
of
by that?
worms.
Hey, what Drewski said? What do you mean? by
What do you
that?
mean?
But the real question is, Emma, the real question is, how are you going to put that judgment out there when you've only dated so many Sudanese guys, right? And when I say you dated
What is
so
so
many,
What is so many?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
When I say you dated so many, I mean in the facts that have you dated almost every type of personality within our culture because there's so many different types of guys.
That's a little too much.
Because you could sit here and you could say you dated a guy just like me, hypothetically,
Yeah.
over and over again, but you never dated a guy like what you call it, like Emmanuel. You never dated a guy like Willie. Never dated a
Yeah,
guy
I
like
never
my boy
said
Will.
I have a problem with South Sudanese men.
So you don't know if you were loved differently because you never got that chance to get love from a different
Okay.
type of guy.
But how can you tell
you're
her
right.
her experience?
And no, I'm not telling her
Yeah.
her experience. I'm just saying she can't put that judgment on Sudanese men saying that we all
No,
look the
it's
same.
never a judgment towards Sudanese men. Like I said, I tried, and I don't mind trying again.
Definitely. And that's
Yeah.
we respect that 100%.
Yeah, never anything negative towards our men.
Yeah. I like the spiciness.
Hey, political correct. Hey, she's media. What's that media train?
Trigger fingers turning into Twitter fingers, my boy right there.
All right, Chrissy,
Me
you
and
want
this
to go
one, we're
ahead?
gonna be fighting.
You want to go ahead and introduce the topic? I love how we sat y'all next to each other.
Yeah.
I love that.
Right.
That
yeah.
segment,
Swung on,
Loki, that
y'all.
segment should just be called the pull up.
The pull up.
Yeah.
The pull
Kay be
up.
coming with the swing.
Yeah.
They said pull up, nigga, and he got up. He said,
I
I'll
like
be there
that
this
part.
Saturday.
I do.
Where did you come from? Where are you flying from?
I'm from Minnesota.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he really flew in.
I flew in, yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask you a genuine question?
What's up, man?
Why do we always choose the coldest place? Do you know
You know
how
what it is, bro? Here, you want to know the real or you want to give a fake story?
I just want to know why you
So, like, you know, like a lot of people that come here, they come through like the little church thing, right? Like when you come from Africa. And some of our people were like, the majority of that churches is in Minnesota.
Mm.
So, and like they try to put you in places where you might feel at home. So if we stash a bunch of y'all over here, you know, hey, you want to go to Minnesota? There's some of your people over there.
I feel
That's
it.
how they.
I'm
For
just gonna
us,
say
we-
that environment don't sound too much.
No,
like
no,
how you
Minnesota's
say it.
actually. I just realized that it's actually a pretty awesome place. Besides the winter, like y'all roads here is crazy. Y'all bridges is way too high. You miss one exit here, you gotta go all the way around, go that way. Dudes don't care about their lives here. Everyone's going 90, 100. Like,
Yeah.
like what's
Listen,
up with y'all?
20
The
minutes
roads
added
are
to your-
dirty as
Yeah,
hell.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, Texas does.
In Minnesota, on y'all highway, speed limit's 55.
Love
Chill,
it.
bro.
We don't get that safe.
Y'all doing too much.
You want to get safe, or you want to get there safe, or you want to risk?
People are driving 30 minutes in between just to get to their friend's
you know-
house for
you
no
know-
reason.
Love
You
it.
could have done it in 10.
You late
Doing
anyway. Y'all be
75.
coming late anyway, so that shouldn't be
Don't
a
say
problem.
y'all.
You know,
Okay,
let
sorry.
me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. You know why your speed limit is so low?
Why?
It's because people want to speed out of your city anyways. Like nobody wants to.
Wait, the speed limit is low, but they want
that's
to
a
speed out
good
your city.
question.
They keep it
Where
so
are,
low
like,
'cause
the
they wanna
most
keep it
South
there as long as they
Sudanese-
can.
The top 3 cities where like South Sudanese are heavily populated.
Kansas
That would be
City
a good.
is one of them, right? Mush?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Omaha, yeah.
Omaha.
San Diego.
Oh, I
San
heard.
Diego.
I
San
heard.
Diego has a lot of Sudanese. I don't know.
Oh.
If you want my
Atlanta?
opinion,
18. No, I just came from Atlanta. I ain't seen
you
no.
want my opinion,
Yeah.
highly densified. Dallas is on that list.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Nebraska,
so, too.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Nebraska's on that list. Nebraska's number 1 on that list.
Well, everybody's moving to Dallas.
And lastly, my last city that I would put on that list that people don't expect too much of, you go up to like,
Iowa.
not even Iowa. Iowa's big,
Yeah.
but go to like Virginia.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah,
Richmond
DMV?
and Alexandria, Virginia.
yeah.
There's a good community out there.
Yeah.
They'd be up and down the coast, just going to conferences every city.
So my peoples who are outside of the community that's trying to date some Sudanese people, you know where to get them.
Oh yeah, that was
You
something
just
that we
toss
talked
the girls
about.
out there like that.
Hey,
That's crazy.
if we want to
Oh, don't
step up,
forget
somebody
about
must.
outside of the states, Melbourne,
Australia's
like
little Sudan number
Canada.
No,
Yeah,
it
like,
is.
That's
yeah.
true.
Shout out to our followers and viewers.
Shout out
from
to
I'm gonna
us,
take
man.
you to the
Australia. We
movie,
love y'all.
shawty.
We love y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
love
remember that?
all
Love
y'all.
the support.
But I will say this: I got beef with the Australian media
Whoa.
because you be that's real beef,
Let it
dog.
out.
What you talking about? My peoples is criminals. We
Let it
might
out.
no. Let me
No.
That's
Like
a
that.
whole
That's a
other
whole other
topic.
topic.
We
Yo,
are gonna get into
I visited
it
like
at
I
some
visited
point.
like a Facebook page for like one of the news medias in Australia, and the comments were just like I had to like just log out.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
bad. Like at least over here they pretend to be racist, like to pretend not to be racist. Over there they were just outwardly like these animals need to be taken back. I was like, oh shit.
But I'll tell you, honestly,
it's-
for me, like I would rather have
I'd rather have that.
10 days out of 10, I'd rather have somebody tell me straight up how they feel about me than fake how they feel about me.
Yeah. Like we love you so much.
Okay, I have 50-50.
Willie's like, I don't know.
I don't know, bro. If you
Because
call me an animal, like
I'd rather
we're
know
not-
the line between me and you than not knowing and cross it on accident. I'd rather know the line, 100%.
Here's the thing. I'd rather you say that to me.
Disrespect me behind my back.
What?
Yeah, don't call me an
Yeah,
animal. Like
don't-
you're gonna
yeah.
have a problem.
If you feel-
Right.
I don't
you-
want nobody taking me
I
out
don't
of
want you to call me
character.
animal
Yeah.
behind my back. I'd rather you tell me to my face so I know how you feel.
How
like.
we know who you is?
I'm gonna say 50-50.
I know you and your
I'ma
character
say-
from the
But
jump.
like I'm gonna do something if you call me an animal. Like,
But
right
either
to my
way,
face.
either I act upon it or however I act upon it from that point, it's upon how I handle it. But I'd rather you tell me to my face then I hear it, then I'm gonna come back with more rage than anything else because I feel like you're going behind my back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, because
I can see
here's the truth of it. It's like 50-50. Because I wouldn't, if I see my sister being called something like that, I'm gonna act way different. Because I'm a stand-up comedian, so I get called wild stuff like
Correct.
all the time. I've had some crazy DMs. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like words are words. Like,
Yeah.
so I would rather it be in front of me if you're talking about me. But if you're talking about family, that's different.
But the,
Yeah.
the biggest thing
It does
behind
bring
it
a
is,
different type of
would you
rage
rather
out
have
of you.
somebody say that, say, on social media, and attack your sister, or tell your sister to her face? Because now she could always ponder and go back and
You
read
say it to
over
my
and
sister's
over.
face, I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna slam
the
you
thing
like
is-
I'm sorry, my bad.
No. Well, I think Willie's talking about like the media,
woman.
The media
literally
side of it, like-
slandering
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Africans or South Sudanese in
Yeah, and
Australia.
the people
And
in the
it's open.
comments are just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's okay.
You can't get mad at the internet. I actually just seen this thing this other day. It was anyone, a little tiny girl can create a profile right now, have a picture of a banana or something, right?
Mhm.
And DM you something crazy because everyone's brave online, right?
Mhm.
So if you gonna get hurt over someone's comment, like I think he said like somebody can say something crazy to Pablo Escobar. I think that was the quote, but it's like it could be a little girl in the basement. Like you never gonna say that shit to, his face because there's consequences to it.
Correct.
Internet gives you access to do anything. I'll create a fake page right now and just troll y'all if I really wanted to. So
Facts.
you got to be careful with the internet how it affects your emotion because
Definitely.
it could be just something.
Yeah.
But people aren't prepared for it because, like I always say, technology is very different because it's like the next advancement in human anything, right?
Human
And so
development.
for us mentally,
Yeah.
you still feel the effects. Most people don't realize this. You still will get PTSD from a video you see. That's why even when people that do drone strikes and all that stuff, you still get PTSD from the stuff
Yeah.
that you watch and the stuff that you interact with. So when somebody is insulting you or doing anything like that, you can't be like, oh no, you can't feel that because you really don't know how much that affects your brain chemistry unless you've been really out there. Like I'm a football player, so I'm so used to like people saying in front of me, so it's like I'm desensitized to that stuff. But I like our women over here can't go like
Well, maybe
that's
women
crazy.
can't
And
talk.
but
When
one
you
of them
play
might be more
basketball,
gangster
that's
than
the
us.
same
Yeah, but it's not even just our women. It's anybody. Like everybody.
True.
No one knows how to handle because technology is this new advancement in the world. Like we are the testing dummies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
watching how we react to certain things, and then these new companies are going to start changing what platforms and how they interact with humans and everything else.
Yeah.
But we are the testing dummies. They're seeing the limitations, like with Twitter changing the name to X, right? And Elon Musk taking over. His first thing was there's no censorship. On Elon Musk, the first day he took over, Twitter maybe 44 million hits on the word nigger. This is just to see the
All right,
censorship.
y'all, we gotta.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Yeah, let's get to the topic.
No, I was
Hey,
tuned
let's
in
get
though.
to
I'm
the
like,
topic.
I can hear you talk all day for real.
Hey, we'll go.
put it
That's the biggest thing. Like
Yeah.
you really gotta
Yeah, that
understand.
we can.
What's
It is
the topic
deep.
we use?
And
no, the way he said it too, he was like,
You really gotta be about it, all right?
Yeah,
You're not on the edit, but that's the
For
reality
sure.
of it.
Got
Like
you.
the internet gonna get you, and if you can't handle it, please refrain from. I'm sorry, but stop. Don't put yourself out there all the way.
Well,
'Cause
let's
people-
get into the topic,
Topic,
then.
let's get it.
because
let's talk about it.
the internet streets have been talking
Mhm.
based on the last 3 episodes that just came out.
Yes.
So a lot of the ladies and the guys had a lot to say, and that's just gonna introduce the topic. So basically, we want to talk about toxic masculinity in this episode,
And the coddling of black men
the coddling of
within the
men,
South Sudanese community.
and weaponized incompetence.
Can you
Damn.
give us a definition of toxic
Well,
masculinity? I just want to
Shut
know
up,
for
shut
me,
up.
and then what
first,
coddling.
we're going
I
to
don't even
read
know what it
the
is.
comment that
Bro, what?
actually helped spark this conversation. And it was a comment that a lot of people, there was a lot of similar sentiments that were, stated. So we read the comment and we're like, let's address this and see what the
How
panel
you guys
thinks.
feel about it? Okay, so this is a comment that was left on our episode about why South Sudanese are not dating each other in the diaspora, and it was the woman's perspective.
Oh, that
And
was a
then-
guy. That was a guy.
This was a guy who they
Yes.
commented on the woman's
Oh,
perspective.
on the woman's video.
Yeah, the
Okay.
woman's
Yeah,
video.
but this is a guy saying that.
This is I thought it was a girl at first because it's like resonates with like female,
Mhm.
But they said the girls really skipped over an important part of the conversation because it's a topic they know South Sudanese men will drag them on all the socials. And that is how a lot of our men, South Sudanese millennials and Gen Z, went to the West only to do nothing. Statistics have shown that most women of every race don't date down in social class. So all my South Pseudo sisters who went to uni, which is like 75% of them, if they have to choose out of the significantly smaller South Sudanese population of men with a bachelor's or master's degree, or if not that, the ones working in office or good jobs through networking, what do you think is going to happen? Grown men with gaps in resume or absolutely no work experience. This is the West. You can't just sit around eating caracombo with the
I think he meant mullah.
Can I say how that is the definition of a woman being involved in toxic masculinity?
Oh, wait, let her finish.
Okay, let me finish. One last
That's
one
a
last
long
sentence.
comment, I ain't gonna lie.
So the last sentence was, this is the West. You can't just sit around eating caracombo with the Sita all day. She meant mullah. They meant mulacombo? Okay.
Yeah, that was the type
That's
of
my
idea.
favorite food, by the way. And think a girl will be presented to you because your family is wealthy or has a good name. Go ahead. Eat at it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna start cooking because even me and my boy, we were just having this conversation about what toxic masculinity means and how the media has changed it to like toxic male behavior. The definition of toxic masculinity is not what most people think. The definition of toxic masculinity is toxic traits that are expected of men that also negatively affect men. So even with that statement right there, the idea that the man is supposed to be the earner, the provider, everything else in between really negatively affects most African men. And you know what's even crazier about that, though? Even with the earning thing, where you expect this man to be able to be educated, be at the same level as you, but also has the same expectations of being able to provide, protect, and do all this stuff. So a man that's in college, stereotypically men that are in college, are they going to be as masculine as a man in the streets? Not normally. Okay.
Yo, that's
so
like,
what?
No, that's a problem with like modern femininity. It's like you want both. You want equality. For example, like now, like the number of women in college are more than men. Like straight up now, like statistics wise, look it up. It's like there's more women going to college now than men. I think like a couple of years ago there was more women going into med school now than men. And so like women are becoming, as they wanted, they're making just as much as men are. But here's the thing, women still have that expectation of, I still want a guy who makes more than me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not the case anymore. Like we all make the same, or now women are making even more because women are better students than men. You know, so we don't do very well in school as women do. You know, like boys have issues in school, so we still have jobs that need to be done. Like somebody needs to, you know, like fix up the electricities and like, you know, like a plumber. We need plumbers. You know, like are women gonna do that? I mean, equality, right? Like women should do it. No, but it's men doing it. You know, so these jobs are like need to be done. Society moves based on a lot of things that men do that women don't want to actually do.
So you're saying that like basically the presentation of like the education, the idea that she has a degree, some of these degrees are not going to pay as much as somebody that's in trade school. He was in school for a year. You were in school for 4 years.
And like, and so like if you like, so you have to determine like what do you want? So you want a guy that makes more than you. Okay, there's few of those out there, and let's be honest, they have options because most women want to be with them. You know, so they're not gonna be so quick to commit because all these women want to be with them. So women need to pick what they actually want.
A trade-off.
You know, exactly, yeah.
So the real question he's trying to ask is it more, I'm guessing, do you want a man that's on the equal level of education and accomplishments, or you want a man that provides? Because if he provides in any given way that he provides in, whatever his skill set is, what's it going to be? What's your choice?
And if he provides, and if he provides, he has options. And so he might not have the other qualities that you might want. He might not be so committed. He might not be so like
faithful,
yeah, because he has options.
But when we talk about providing,
yeah, I was about to say,
right?
yeah.
Like that could mean like, are you talking about the men that make a whole lot of money, like multiple six figures, millionaires, or are you talking about a regular guy who makes six figures? Because in order to provide for a family, you don't necessarily need to be extremely wealthy or rich, like you know, so it can be a regular guy who works a job who takes care of his family.
And I think that's the misconception that women get is like when we say we want a provider, they think that we want like a millionaire or a billionaire, and
like
it's really,
Diddy buying Birkin bags and
right?
doing,
Can
you
I-
know,
can I-
like, and
like,
that's really
no,
that's a whole nother conversation. Because that's like city girl culture and
the
like
social
now
media
social media
providing
But
of
like-
like
but-
buying
it's
bags
different.
and
But
It's
like-
different than
but
what
like,
the
what-
regular
but
average
like-
girl wants, and
but-
y'all
but
y'all
what do-
conflate the two.
What do women think? Like, what do women mean by like marrying, like, marrying down or dating down?
Well, I think the thing is, like, a lot of women, like, especially in our, let's speak in the context of South Sudanese girls, there's so much expectations that are placed on South Sudanese girls to, like, go to college, you know, have a good education, have a good career, stay on the right track.
not bring shame upon
Don't
the
bring
family.
shame upon the family. Whereas, like, in that effect comes with, like, women, like, working really hard. Like, we don't want to disappoint our family, so we go to school, we go to college, we don't be promiscuous, like, you know, all the
South Sudanese
things
families
that
are very hard on the girls.
How-
and
yeah,
there's
like,
a difference in how we're raised
how we're
in comparison
raised.
to the boys.
Where men, you guys don't have, like, it's at least it's not like explicit. Like, you guys don't have that expectation. You do, but it's not
well,
literally.
I'm gonna
it's not
let
enforced.
somebody else
You
go
guys
on
have,
because-
yeah, it's
because I
lenient.
disagree,
It's not
right?
enforced on
I
you
was
guys
expecting
like it
to
is
go to
on
college.
women.
I
would say
guess
that,
in a
right?
sense,
We were expected to go to
the
college.
girls
We
are
were
saying
expected
that there's
to-
a lack of eligible partners within the community. That's what it's boiling down to. So what do you guys say?
But
to
that's
that?
normal
I got
statistics.
family, they got education, they got business.
Hey dog, but you're there at the like we got to be honest with ourselves here because a lot of the times when social media conflates people is the ideal of what like the perfect man is. Most people, like, let me tell you this: the 6-figure person is a 5%. Like, they're not. It's not average. It's not the average. The average man is not making that much, right?
And then when the 5%, how many are single?
Like, yes. And the truth of it is, even with now you're talking about Sudanese specifically, and now you're talking about coming from that specific culture and going through that economic status. So a person coming from that kind of poverty, coming to the United States, building themselves up to do that and being able to get to that point, that's an insane ask. But you're right about Sudanese men not having the same upbringing as Sudanese women because we have more freedom, right? But with freedom does not technically mean that life is easier. With freedom is you have the options to be able to do what you want.
More
And then a lot of these young men will take that burden and be like, okay, so I'm expected to be the head of the household now. I'm expected to be able to get to this point, but I don't know how to get to it because my father can't guide me through this. My mother can't guide me through this. At least with Sudanese women, there's a pathway to get to where you want. You can go to school and be able to get married to somebody who's at that level with you because it doesn't even have to be a Sudanese man, but you can get there. But as a Sudanese man, like
You have to create it.
sports, that's not statistically normal. That's not gonna happen, right? Like I have brothers and sisters who are in playing ball. They really like that. But me, I'm the opposite. I snapped my ankle like a twig the other day. Like I ain't built like that, right? So it's like you got to figure out how you do it. So I did comedy. It's one of those things where obviously, yes, it's gonna be harder for a woman because you're a woman. You're in Sudan. There's just gonna be higher assault rates. There's going to be higher non-belief about what happens to y'all. That's where the truth is the violence against women and the actual, like, just terrible situation that is. Outside of that, the upbringing thing is more of, like, traditions and learning to break away from what your parents do. Because I see a lot of Sudanese young girls, they getting away from their parents' traditions. They being CNAs. They out here in these streets, and they're successful. Why are we having more Sudanese women be successful
That's
if
the
it's
question.
harder
That's the question.
for y'all? You know,
That's the question because I feel like there's a lot of excuses because if the women, that's like a whole nother thing that is against us. Not only are we black, but we're women. We're
Like a
dark.
wall
There's a lot of things.
misogynoir.
Yes. So
I-
it's like if we're able to accomplish these things and go to school and like given the way that we're raised and everything's like harder for us and being women, why are the men not able to like go
The
to
West
school
is designed
too?
for
Yeah, but I think that's what
To answer
Emmanuel
your
was saying.
question,
There's no barrier, and you're a man, so
but
you
to
already
answer
have
your
that
question,
advantage.
a black man,
we're black men.
a black man. There was
a very, very black man.
Listen, there was a set.
Are we not black
Listen,
as well? But we're doing
Gotta
it.
understand,
Like-
us coming to America, right? There was a set
movie?
of characteristics, and behaviors that were expected of us as black men. Number one, so they expect us to act, behave, and move in a certain manner. We had to come here as foreigners, learn these things, and then learn a social norm that's expected of us and try to live within that. And then once we realize that's not what's meant for us, then we try to divest ourselves from it and try to get ourselves in the situations we need to be and go to school and everything else. But coming to America, we all know as soon as we got here, they expect us to put on a do-rag, sag our pants, 2X white tee with a jersey on top. And
Let's get back to the real issues.
The real issue is like, no matter how we felt, we had a standard expected of us, and we had to come here and learn. and we had to adapt to what was expected of us as
So
black men.
did the girls.
one of
So does the girl.
and I've like I've noticed a lot with the Sudanese families that came here. Dads were not around. It was just mom and the family, right? So you have a lot of young men
That's
who
a
had
great
to
point.
step up and be like a parent, a dad, to like my cousin told me, it's like they had to be a son wife to their moms as well, because like they had to like try to navigate their mom through like Western society. It's like, mom, this is not okay. Mom, you can't trust this person, you know? And so like a lot of Sudanese moms depend on their sons. And so they have like an attachment to their sons. So that's a huge thing. And so when you have to think about your siblings and everything, the last thing you think about is like, what am I gonna do for me? Like, you know, like what do I need to do to go to college, or like,
That's a fact.
Oh my
like, you know,
gosh,
you're focused on your own
Life
family.
and
Yeah.
family.
So
But
you
I
don't have
think-
time to think about the other family that might come afterwards.
Right, but like you saying that's a great point. But I also feel like that attachment like contributes to the coddling of the men.
But is it really
Because they
coddling,
have-
or is it them
It's
just having
coddling.
like expectations?
Or is it
of
like the mom depending on the son, so they're very attached to them because they need them.
Exactly.
Attached
Well,
or
and that's the thing.
obsessively attached. Like,
Right. Well, and it has to be healthy. But I think that's like their attachment, and that's different relations, because the relationship's going to be different between a daughter and a mother and a mother and a son.
But look at
So
our culture. Like, at what point is a daughter expected to take care of a family? It's never
From the
expected.
beginning,
I was
she's
about to say,
expected to
listen,
nurture,
listen.
cook,
Yeah.
clean,
I'm
take care of
talking.
the kids, take care of the in-laws.
I'm talking the real take care of having financial burdens upon you and weighing
So
you
that's
down.
not real taking care.
No,
that's
I get
just as
you.
important.
No, I get
because-
you like that. That's real. But
And they're paying the
imagine
bills
being
now.
19. You're the oldest boy. Your mama was over here, no education, because she came to this country.
Mhm.
She never had the opportunity to make herself better, right?
yeah.
And now you have the opportunity. You're gonna go to school the best you can. You're gonna have a full-time job on the side, trying to get as much OT as you can to help take care of rent. Because we was never taught financial literature. Like, we don't know.
true.
We have to save. We have to put money here, and we have to invest and buy a home, because buying is better than renting. All we know is my mom's Section 8 is gonna be up real soon, and if it is already up, I got to get money together because rent is gonna be due at the end of the month. And I don't have that backing. I don't have the experience. I don't have the knowledge for me to get a better job than what I can get right now. I'm trying to get there, but where do all my energy is going either towards classes and passing with C's and B's,
Mhm.
or I'm at work working in meat companies, working in warehouses, whatever it is, trying to make money just so I can make sure these lights stay on, my younger siblings are taken care of, because I feel bad. Like, I'm the youngest, right?
Mhm.
And I felt what my oldest brother went through, because his
For
biggest thing, he put himself behind everybody else and said, I'm gonna make sure my younger siblings get the best life they can. So I'm going to
Sacrifice,
private school.
right?
I went to Judge. You from Utah, just like me.
Yeah.
I went to Judge. I'm going to school with kids that are driving Range Rovers to school. My big brother gonna make sure that I am up to par as best as he can, so I don't feel out of place. So those situations are a little bit more difficult, because you really have to put other people so much far ahead of yourself and put you in the back burner just to make sure their lives are as comfortable as they can be. I get the nurturing, I get the bearing and everything that women do for the homes, and I respect that. But as a man in our community, especially, like, not every man, I'm not speaking on everybody's situation, I'm speaking on situations that we all endured ourselves. There are people that really put risk, and like you said, being a son husband,
Son, husband, yeah.
there are risks that a lot of Sudanese women will never go through. That's why you see a lot of men. I'm not condoning it,
But that could go both ways.
I see a lot of men taking risks that are way higher, aka being involved in paraphernalia, like moving drugs and everything else. Like, that's a risk, because they see it as the only way for them to take care, on top of everything they're doing, to look out for their family and try to be the best version they can.
Why do you feel that is, though? Is it from
No,
your perspective
be
because
open.
the father is not in the home, or what do you? Why do you feel
I
like
feel that risk because,
responsibility
as most men,
placed on
it's
them?
all by any means necessary, and that's the mentality. Like, I know a lot of people that grow up by any means necessary. I'm gonna make sure I take care of mines. And if I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the experience, I don't have everything it takes for me to take care of them how I should, I'm gonna find Plan B, and I'm gonna ride Plan B as long as I can, so I can get to Plan A.
But here's the thing, I can see that perspective, but just to play devil's advocate and
please.
share the women's perspective, the mothers, not only are they playing that caretaker role and doing all of that, here in the diaspora,
They're also working.
especially as immigrants, some South Sudanese mothers and women work multiple jobs.
Yes,
2, 3
100%.
jobs, and they come home and they cook and they do all of the duties that are expected of them in this culture.
No, I get you.
Because if you don't, you might get insulted by your in-laws, or you're not a good wife, or you know.
I
So
hear you.
I
So we're
feel like
expected to play both roles,
Exactly.
like the
And
nurturing role, and then
now it's
also like the
added.
caregiver, the
Mhm.
provider. So yeah, it's added
I-
like
stress.
I am 100%. I agree with y'all. I truly agree with y'all.
Because it's real.
Listen, I can sit here and I can say 100%.
And shout out to all the mothers, man, because the mothers are
Real
the
though.
lifeblood
Shout out
of the
to Sudanese
community.
No,
mothers, man.
literally.
They cook for the
Yeah.
occasions. They take care of the
Facts.
children. They support the
no.
men
And when
the kids.
our parents came to America, some of our parents came without our fathers,
Facts.
and so they literally had to take on both roles. And my mom worked 2 jobs and came and still like made sure that we were ready for school, that I was taken care of, that I was like we were happy. So they wear
I get
multiple hats, especially like coming
It's
to
like
the
him and the
diaspora.
women.
Yeah,
But
being
nobody wants to
immigrants,
acknow-
refugees.
you.
Yeah.
Hey, I could sit here and I could
Straight
tell
up.
y'all straight up with all my heart. I could say Sunnis women hustle more than Sunnis men.
Yep.
Okay,
The-
that's
the-
all
And
hey,
that's why we're
listen,
here
Thank you.
at the table
That-
trying
that-
to
that
figure
grind-
I'm
out
done. I'm just kidding.
That
the
grind is
disparities.
different,
Yeah.
especially when you got kids. And these kids ain't got no father in their lives. Because my dad back home, my mom did her best with us. And I'm thankful for my mother for everything she put forward. And I've been seeing a lot of women within our community do the same thing. Like, I respect the hustle. But you got to understand, some of these boys was right there next to their mamas hustling the same manner to make sure their mamas didn't have to go even deeper.
Where were the fathers? And
Let's-
that
let's
be still
specific,
back.
because there's a lot of fathers that were in the home.
I mean,
But I feel like to shake the table,
I can't speak on
there
that.
were a lot of Sudanese fathers that went back home,
And
that
Yeah.
had families here and went back home and started
Started
their
new
own
families.
families. Or
Nah,
we
Yeah,
all,
and that
we've
doesn't-
all,
that
we
doesn't
all.
speak
I've
for
heard about
everybody.
that.
That
and
doesn't
I'm
speak
not-
for
I'm not
everyone,
gonna-
but there's a lot of reasons why in those specific situations the father is not there. But there are situations where the father is there. And then, we've been here long enough to where we've went to school, we've graduated. A lot of us are in our careers now, and we're establishing ourselves. Like we're really first generation. So I can see firsthand, like nurses, doctors, like people doing a lot of different things. And there's a lot of South Sudanese men who are accomplished, who are doing amazing things. That's not to take away from them. But when you compare, there's a
The
lot
pool.
of that, that's
Yeah.
all we're saying. We're not saying there's not people doing their thing. We're just saying that like we need more, and there are people who resort to like, going
So
out in the
let me
streets or
challenge that.
whatever. We need more, and we need more to like motivate and inspire them so that we can date each other, because like
Yeah.
that's
I think.
And we feel like no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think that's why media is very important, because you have some limited vision. Because I'm from Minnesota, you guys don't know the pool. Maybe you might not know the pool of men out there. You guys from here, I might not know the pool of women out here that are in the same thing. That's why media is probably super important for us to have, or maybe have some sort of conference that is maybe like specific on that. Whether you're
To
doing
connect,
something so you
yeah.
can connect these people.
Mm.
So now your vision is not limited. Like you said earlier, you said there's people in Virginia, bro. I didn't know there's people in Virginia.
Yeah.
I
For
use
real, though.
Utah.
Big
I'm
community,
like,
bro.
I'm thinking it's
Big
all
community.
Mormons in Utah. That's me though. Limited vision. Now, so if there's a media company over there or something where we all connect together, now you can weed out. Okay,
No, for
yeah,
real.
like okay, yeah,
Yeah.
y'all done.
Definitely.
We got a couple people here. I guarantee you, there is maybe overall there's enough. We're just
Yeah.
not in the same
path.
setting
And the
together.
biggest thing
that's a
Yeah.
good solution.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is.
that you said what it is, like because if your exposure is not what it needs to be,
Yep,
you will never find what you want.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you really have to put yourself out there and
Create those spaces.
Yeah.
create those spaces, find those lanes, and find that person for you, etc. Like there's enough Sudanese men in the world that are doing well,
Yeah.
that could subsidize for all the Sudanese women.
You think so?
I believe so.
Oh yeah,
Hey, listen, because
I believe
there
so.
might not be the college education, but there's hardworking men that are doing trades
Well.
that are paying very well, that could provide for families. They're not going to give you this Cardi B lifestyle, but they'll give you a lifestyle that takes care
And
of
I
your
don't
bills.
even
No
think that.
one
I don't think.
said
I
they-
don't
I know,
think
I'm
that's
just
the
trolling.
average. Like, I don't think that's
I'm
not
trolling.
what you think.
Yeah,
you
I'm
think it's
trolling.
good.
I am trolling.
Yeah.
But they will give you a lifestyle of, you can say comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you a lifestyle of not having to worry. And there's a lot of men,
And I don't even think girls want to like not work or not do
But-
anything. It's just like to match.
but
Like
how
you
many
know, have an
how many
even
girls are
partnership.
willing
Yeah.
to take a blue collar to a white collar? Do you want a man because of his status and his occupation, and that's what you're going to judge him by, or are you going to actually judge by that paycheck?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Here's one. Okay, last, and then you can go.
Would you date a guy that works in a warehouse?
What if
Is
that
there
warehouse
anything wrong
pays him
with that?
$150K a
Yeah,
year?
I would.
That's
If
what I'm
you're
gonna say.
a
Can you
Yeah,
pay
college
no, it
graduate?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me.
A lot of women do care about
Does it
that.
come to
Yeah.
money?
A lot of women don't
And that's
want a man.
crazy to hear that from a South Sudanese man.
A lot of Sudanese
really?
women care about if a
I don't
man
care
has a
what
degree
your
or
job
not.
Help.
Right.
Just help.
You should care what his job is.
But they care.
Are
They care if you have
are
a
they
degree
paying
or
you well
not.
enough?
They
But-
care if you
but-
have a degree or not.
But why is it like that way and not the other way around? Like
we live in a capitalist society.
fact.
men.
And this is where toxic
man, we don't
masculinity-
care. Like we don't care about you know.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
No,
You know what we care about?
We care about how like you are as a human being, as a person.
Cap.
Not like
We care about how you look.
It depends
That's-
on
yeah.
where.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
we care about how you look.
Yeah.
We care about how you present yourself,
Look at
and we
the
care
woman.
about purity.
Oh.
It just sounds really messed up, but it's the truth of like
Look,
really how men
how
look
you
at
look.
The other way around. I was like, no.
it. If you out in the streets and just out here just being crazy, you know how a Sudanese man's gonna look at that girl.
yeah, but
You know how
women-
you gonna look at that girl.
but-
If your
but
girl is
mo-
dating
modern feminism,
Majung
they're
and
like,
Majak.
I should do OnlyFans and you should still love me.
I would say.
Wait, what's wrong
ladies,
with that? If you a Sudanese man that's
What do you
out
mean, what's
here
wrong
with
with-
1,000 women,
You just said
You doing the same
like
thing.
what we care about. We care
I'm
about
saying you
purity and
care
all
about
that
what
stuff.
your purity level is at. I said you got a level. Like it's just like the same way that we say women have to understand where their level's at. If you out here just dirty dicking everything,
Whoa.
you just it's the same as that
Whoa.
girl out here in these
That's
streets.
crazy.
You're nasty.
That's right.
Hey,
Because how do we expect the same
Sorry.
things? Like there's a lot of men in our community. Like I see this firsthand, right? These men, they done got a few baby mamas, and they feel like they still get first picks, and it's messed up because you got to understand if you can't date yourself in the other sex, you should not be there.
Get out of
Whatever you got going on with you, put yourself in a woman's body. If you can't date yourself, you should not have that standard.
We don't fuck with hypocrites in this motherfucker. That's it. That's
I'll
it.
say this. Hey, I'm gonna look at
What
If you
your-
say you can't date a woman with kids
Yeah.
and you got kids, you need to reevaluate your life.
Talk that
If
talk.
you say I can't date a woman that don't got a good job, and bro, you ain't got a good job,
So
reevaluate your
why
life.
is it wrong for women who make money to say
Yeah.
they don't want to date a man?
There's
that
nothing
has
wrong with
mo-
that.
that's
I'm not
making
saying
a lot
there's
of money?
not. I'm speaking to men.
A lot of women get a lot of backlash for saying they want a certain status of
but
man.
here's the problem
But
with
you
that.
just said it's okay.
No,
if-
here's the problem with that.
Uh-huh.
We saying it has to be equal because y'all will look at somebody that's your equal and be like, that's not
That's not me.
That's not me.
You make
I want something
60K. I meet a man that makes 60K. Oh, he don't make enough.
I think that's y'all's perception. Like,
No, that's
you
our- that's
guys-
our
Y'all speaking for
experiences.
the women.
Yeah,
You
you,
know what?
guys
You-
assume
Yeah.
that
are not-
women want like higher.
We
When
will
a
accept
lot of
that.
times women just want equal.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but let's
Hey,
address
but with that
that.
equal, you gonna pay half your rent?
Because who was it? It was Tyler
asking.
Perry.
Why we doing
He
the
has a
50?
video
No,
that's
no,
viral
50.
right now.
Wait. I
Hold
got
on.
a
Tyler Perry has a video that's viral right now,
Ugh.
and he's talking about how black women need to lower their expectations and like basically not focus so much on how much the man is making and focus on his
what he has to offer.
Let me talk shit real quick.
personality,
His character.
characteristics,
we
things
gonna
of
let
that
you
nature.
talk shit.
In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff. You handle the light bill, baby. You can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
So it's
Well,
like
Evan.
I feel like with black women, this has been something that's been on the internet for a while now. There's a lot of conversation about black women are pushing back and saying, why are black women always expected to settle for less? When in other cultures, like let's talk about culture. In South Sudanese culture, what is typically expected of the man? Is the man not expected to provide and protect for his family? Isn't that the original African culture and views? Or am I mistaken?
No.
We're hunters
You
and
just
gatherers.
mistaken.
correlated three things, and I'm about to dissect that motherfucker point for point.
Dissect.
let me get.
Y'all
And
dissect.
I normally because apparently I'm the liberal one, right? But let me
You're
talk.
very
Let me
liberal. I'm the
talk. My
conservative.
man talk for a second. Man talk.
We're supposed to
But
be hunters and
the
gatherers.
problem with a lot of people is you allow the internet perception just the same way that we allow the internet perception of women getting on us. So number one, the idea of 50-50 or even all that, because I hate that conversation. It's so stupid. Because like, let's be honest with ourselves. If most cultures, you're gonna go 50 because everybody's average. Everybody has their relationship. Have you ever talked to white partners that really be in the
Most
bed?
cultures don't do that, but let's be for real.
Most cultures, say Hispanics move into.
They work together.
They'll move into their parents' house. You gonna live with me in my mom's basement for
And they
15
all
years till we get it right? You're not for that.
They have cleaning services.
those
The
women
moms
are
be
for
cleaning. The dads be in construction. They literally
Most
work
cultures,
together.
They work together.
They build together.
But how come between all African and black cultures,
All
they
of a
expect
sudden-
men to come ready?
Do you not see that narrative being
How come you're not willing to work with the man?
Yeah.
Can I acknowledge the fact is that we all do not want to talk about? It's a billionaire telling us how to feel about our relationships. Man, you've made $1 billion. How do you know what the regular everyday man is going to go through, or how are you going to
You
know?
don't know.
Well, let's bring it back to other cultures.
and
There are
comes-
narratives that they want to spread. Because let's be honest with ourselves, is Tyler Perry a good narrative spreader? Is anything that he says or anything that he portrays in his what's called, it's trauma based. It's specifically to keep you in the same fucking
I
loop.
mean, look how he portrays black women in
Exactly.
his movies.
Yeah,
Like,
it goes back to what KK said from the last podcast I was listening to. What a man values, what a man wants more respect than love. It's more important to him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when a woman makes more than you, she might not respect you as much.
she won't.
Exactly. And so as a man, what I want in this relationship with this woman, she's not giving it to me. I'm gonna dip. Like if she's not willing to respect me, I'm gonna be out. Like, you know, and here's the thing, like women, so you
What
base a
brings
value.
respect for a man in the household, though?
Letting that man say hypothetically, I'm
Talking about
speaking on
food.
other communities, right?
Food.
And there's other communities. You can say Hispanics, especially you can say the ones that are not here fully legally. that man will go to Home Depot, stand outside for
He
8
will
hours.
provide.
Listen.
He'll make a way.
That man will go outside, stand for 8 hours, hoping to get a gig. Then when he comes home, he's still a man.
He's treated like a king, right?
He's
When he
treated
walks in.
in the respect of a man. He's not treated as somebody who's not doing nothing. He's trying. And we want our women to actually understand that sometimes you'll find the man that you need and the man that's for you in this lifetime. But the fact that your biases and your ways are going to push him away. Because if you give him enough time and support that man, speak life into man, because end of the day, in the Bible terms, a woman's a help me. A woman's put on earth to help a man get to his purpose.
Wait, you said pick me?
A help me.
Oh, okay.
Helpmate.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
A helpmate. And if you go to
New term alert.
if you go to the Bible, a woman's supposed to be a helpmate to a man.
Yeah.
So help me get to my best version, so I could be what you expected me for us.
Man, which Bible you
I
read?
don't think women like. I don't think women realize
Every
King
Bible.
James?
like.
Every Bible.
I don't think women realize like.
Every Bible.
I don't think women realize like how much, like
You
you
were made for a
encouraging
man.
a man can make him
I don't know.
like
I agree.
do anything.
Change his way.
Yo, like I'll jump the Nile if you like.
Damn,
if
there's
when-
crocodiles and
Yeah,
stuff
talk
in there.
about it.
Boy,
Talk about
piranhas.
Hypothetically,
No,
if
like
you build a
when
man up,
when you build a man up, he will
if you
give you
encourage
results.
him and give him
Yeah.
You know, if you encourage him, that's what a man wants. You know, like we don't want you to like, you know how women be talking about like, oh, I tell him I love him, blah blah blah. But like a man does not want you to tell him. I mean, he does, but like when you tell a man I love you, blah blah blah, like it softens him up. But when you tell him like I believe in you, like you know, like I appreciate you, those are the things that send a man.
drive him even more.
Yeah, drive him. That
That
send him.
motivation is key.
Yeah.
Ladies,
And
y'all
if a
control
man
the
has
world,
a
man.
motivation and a purpose,
Low key.
Yeah.
and especially if you find a man that doesn't have a purpose, you help him and find his purpose. Oh, he's gonna give you the world.
Can I challenge all three of y'all real quick?
One,
Do
two,
you-
three,
do
go.
you see? Do you see how y'all were just talking about how like when you get a woman that really makes sense and she like is your beneficiary, right?
Facts.
And what they're talking about is the same thing, but all I see is us like going for the same point, but just like having
Missing
different
it.
perspectives.
I'm
from,
looking
like,
at a 6. You looking at a 9.
You're like, yeah, it's crazy because the truth of it is we want the same thing. It's just we are looking at it from our own version of victimhood instead of being acknowledging ourselves and taking ourselves out of the conversation and being like, look, we're Sudanese men, we're Sudanese women, but we can build each other because that's how we've always been great. I've been lucky enough to see a father who was blessed enough to teach me, hey, look, you got to be able to learn how to cook. You got to be able to learn how to clean. You got to be able to do what the fuck you need. I know your mama been doing all this stuff, but you know, when I was in Sudan doing 3 jobs, guess who was at the house taking care of y'all? I was in Egypt for a year. Guess who was in the house defending me and saying that your father is not going to leave you. Like my cousin's making fun of me. Like I got to see the healthiest of relationships. I got to see my parents flirt when I was younger.
Whoa.
Not a lot of Sudanese
never
people
seen
get
that.
to
Hey,
see
that's
that.
so
So for me, it's like I might be putting too much information
I love
out there.
it.
They gonna
I
get
love
on
it.
my
We need to hear that.
Tell us more.
That's
So
true.
like,
So what happened?
It's like, because Sudanese flirting is very different than regular flirting. It's like aggressive, but it's funny. Like they be talking shit about each other, and all of a sudden you see them just hugging, and then you'll come to the kitchen, all of a sudden they're spread away from each other. Like, what do you want, child? What do you want? And they're just like all of a sudden aggressive at you, and you're like, what are y'all doing? But I got to see that. But I also got to see the fights, and I got to see the work through.
Yeah.
Like you got to think about it. I saw my mom work 2 jobs. My pops worked 2 jobs. My pops get injured going to a car crash. Then my mom worked. And then they just supported each other even through that. My mom being hurt, my mom going through medical situations.
Correct.
And for me, I've been presented with great love. So whenever I hear these conversations, all I hear is people who have never found their partner, that person that no matter what you perceive to be what you wanted, they just make fucking sense. They just make sense with you. And that's all you need. Like, it doesn't matter if they're Sudanese. It doesn't matter if they're anything else. But if you do get that special Sudanese situation, that Sudanese, say salacious shit, you're good. You're blessed.
I just want to share my experience with like my parents, and the reason why I personally want what I want is because my parents have been married for 31 years, and I can see like the ups and downs of marriage, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff. But in our household, my dad, he's the king of the household. He gets respect. We still set the table for him, make sure he's good. But why is that? Because he is our father. He's the protector, provider. He makes sure everything is good. Anything happen, we're gonna call him. He's gonna be there.
Facts.
My mom, she cooks, she cleans, she does everything. She's the homemaker. But because we came as immigrants to America, she had to work. But my dad, he carried like the family. He makes the decisions. He makes sure we're all good. He does pay the bills now.
That's a fact.
He pays the bills.
But your mother put in
My
her
mom,
part.
you know, she
don't
does
get it
the
twisted. My
groceries.
pop still paid the bills even when my
That's
mom
what
was
I'm
doing the
saying.
thing. Like that,
But-
his money was still straight.
But,
Just
like you were saying,
ain't gonna
like you were
disrespect my
saying
pops.
as well with like marriage up and down. Like whenever something happened in the family, my mom stepped up and she had no problem doing it. Why?
That's a
Because my
fact.
dad's always had it. They're a partnership. It's not like, oh, women are saying like, pay the bills, do everything. If you lose your job, we don't respect you. You're done. It's like it's because he's been doing what he's supposed to do all that time. That
Let
when
me
he falls,
ask you
his
guys.
family
Let
will
me
be
ask you
there.
something though.
Yeah.
And I want
Can
to
I-
hear from you, Sudanese.
Yeah,
ladies.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Quick question.
If you like, I'll let you go.
Ah,
if you went through what your mom went through, would you have stayed in that marriage? And I want you to actually think
Can you
about
elaborate? Like, what do you mean? What
that.
they went through?
Like how you saw the marriage between your mother and your father.
Mm-hmm.
Would you accept the same type of marriage?
Yes, that's what I aspire to, because it gave me the safe space to be able to know who I am and grow and flourish and know that I have a father, a present father, a loving father, an active father that is masculine, that, he leads the house, but he is also loving to us. And we can see that he's got us. And I have my mom. She cooking, making Medina, everything, going to work, coming back, making mullah, whatever, tired, going to church, serving the community. So I can see the partnership. And I would aspire for that. So yeah, that's me. I don't know about
What
y'all.
about you,
Quick,
Sarah?
before y'all go, time's ticking on me. I know. I got 2 things to say, ladies. If you guys, I've watched this thing. You guys control the world, basically, right? If all you guys got together right now was like, you know what, we're creating this union where we're only looking for these type of guys, education or whatever the heck the qualifications are. Talking about, we're not gonna give y'all no yoin. Yeah, some people go, they might clean up their act, right? Unless they're spicy. I mean, that's up to you. But I gotta go. Emma, I had to pull up on you like Birdman. I had to see him,
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Will literally caught a flight.
He caught a flight.
Emma.
He's making moves. Please plug yourself and everything that you're doing
pulling up
and
on
all
you,
of
nigga.
that.
I
Yes.
didn't think it was gangsta.
Let him know what you have. I swear.
Twitter fingers. He said Twitter fingers.
Twitter airplane.
To a flight, literally.
But check this out. Shout out to you guys. You guys got an amazing platform. I didn't know about it first, but I was doing the research, looking it up. So you guys gonna see me trolling out there a little bit. So don't take me too serious half the time. Guliato Bang Boy. You can follow my podcast, Edition Podcast, YouTube, Facebook, and then I'm coming out with skits and stuff. So shout out to you. I'll probably see some of you guys later.
Oh, yeah,
You
we
guys
gonna
have a good
collab.
one. So yeah, just holla at me, man.
Sure.
So I apologize. I gotta go.
No,
Like,
thank you for
thank you.
coming. We appreciate it.
No, I love it. I love it. Keep company.
Nice to see you guys. Yep. Awesome. Y'all keep the conversation going.
Y'all go troll. Go troll his platform.
Thank you. We will.
Thank you.
You know,
I love it. I
that
love
represents
it.
right there. That's a community.
Yeah.
That shows
Be
you we're
careful,
like,
okay?
He literally
Yeah,
took
yeah.
time to pull up on
He
us,
took
and
time
we
to
literally
pull up on us.
appreciate it.
He wanted to pull up on you. He had something.
Yeah, and he did though. He did.
Come back
He had a bone to
again.
pick. I guess I'll piggyback off of what she said.
Yeah.
Because yeah, not everybody has their daddies.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's true. Not everybody got their daddies.
Uncle
When they're
Javier
going
wasn't
out.
all
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's why I want to hear the honest answer to that
Yeah.
question.
No. Definitely. I understood.
To go off of like what you both said,
Mhm.
with you having a father in your life and who has been a strong, like patriarchal figure and has been there, has done everything that he could for your family, and even when your mom picked up, like your mom still respected him as the man of the house, and I love that. I think that's how it really should be, and
Yeah.
I think that's how it is. I think that's actually like
That's what I
how
thought
it
too.
is.
Yeah.
I thought.
I think
was
that
our
is
culture.
for women. I think that
Yeah.
is for women. But I feel like now in this in the diaspora,
Mm.
we conflate two different issues. I mean, we conflate like different issues, and then we assume like women want like more than what they really do want. Like we don't need a 6-figure guy. We don't need a guy who's making billions of dollars. We just need somebody who's going to be an equal partner and help us out and pick up where we need to. Go ahead and.
But you didn't. No, you didn't answer the question though.
If
If you were in the same situation as your mom, would you have stayed?
as her mom,
That's
Uh,
your
as
own
your mom.
as my mom, I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, we had two different experiences.
Yeah.
As my mom had a different experience. Like my dad was like, my mom came with the kids, with me, my sister, my brother, and my dad stayed in South Sudan because he was in politics and he was part of like the war. Like he was like one of those people who were like very involved in the civil war and like making sure that South Sudan eventually, like South Sudan will have freedom at some point. So he wasn't here, and I'm sure your dad has experienced that too, like with the war.
So,
But
for your mother and her situation and your family upbringing, would you have stayed faithful to that man that she married?
with my family, with how
With-
their upbringing
If it was
was,
put yourself in your mom's shoes.
If you was your mother, would you have
Would you have
stayed
stayed?
faithful to that man, no matter the distance, no matter the time and everything else? Or would you have
Yeah.
tried to move on with your own life?
I honestly would have stayed faithful just because of the character. Like I love the fact that my father was like, trying to help better the
Conflict.
country. It's like you have to see the bigger picture.
Right.
And he's not doing any. He's not like
Are you sure about that?
ayoy.
Yeah, tigini. Well, why do you gotta
No,
be?
he's not.
No.
he was,
Let's be honest.
it's not like
Let's
he
be
was
honest.
just outside.
In our
Listen, I hear
culture,
you.
men have multiple wives. Let's
Correct.
be honest.
I
Let's
hear
be
you, Willie.
honest. Like,
You're
Really,
right.
I hear
Yeah.
you. Me and Sarah's situation probably a little bit more similar because
Mhm.
in the same situation, my father stayed behind. But it's more the fact that I got relatives, I got uncles and aunties who've passed. I got cousins and family members that we was taking care of back home. Like, and till this day, we still look out for family. But my father stayed behind
did your dad have multiple wives?
after we left. But while we were there, and he got my mother's permission. My mother's also the tradition part of it. My mother's understanding of that part of tradition. Like, but my father, I got little brothers that were born.
because my dad has multiple wives.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
like, I
And do you
understand
plan?
that.
Do you
I
plan
get, like,
on?
I think my
Like,
point is
my
Y'all got beef? Y'all got beef with your father?
no.
no. I
I
love
let
my
that
dad.
man live his life because that's my dad's old, man.
Exactly. I
No.
love my dad so
My dad
much.
is old, and I let him live his life because that's the era and part of
Yeah.
culture that he
Yeah.
grew up
Like, I
on.
wouldn't be who I
can't
am
strip
without
that
my
from him
dad,
because
so-
the world's
Ex-
changing.
None of us would be who we are without our fathers.
Yeah.
I can't
But, like-
strip. I
like-
can't strip
Go
him
ahead.
of that.
Like I literally majored the same age as my dad. That's how that's how much he had an influence on
Of
me.
course, but if you look up to the man that gave you birth, then it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But some people are ashamed, and some people got conflicts, and I get it.
Do you
world
plan
is
on
not
having
perfect.
multiple wives?
Do you really
No,
get it?
hell no.
I truly get it because
I can only
say
handle one head at a
hypothetically,
time.
I can tell the experience of somebody
Yeah.
who grew up with a dad that was not involved, that's in their lives and everything else, compared to somebody that had an involved father, even if it's involved in interpersonal or long distance.
No disrespect, but I was gonna say that would have been a great topic at the end. But like, would you have multiple wives at this era?
America taught me one woman is a headache.
Yeah, amen.
One woman's enough. America taught me that.
What about
That's
you,
my one
Emma?
lesson
Because
from
we
America.
didn't get her perspective for his
Come on, Miss Emma.
question about
Let's hear it.
would you have stayed in that same situation?
It's a lot of trauma in this topic, but
We're trauma dumping. Come on.
I don't know whether to blame whoever it is, my mom or my dad, for not coming into this country and understanding how it works. They were not able to adapt to being there for their kids. They're just like, I put a roof over your head and I feed you. What else do I need to give you? No, it's way more than to that. And that's why I'm so glad, like, now I have a child because I'm doing it way different. It's a different ball game over
Do
here.
you think that they coddled the boys in your family?
Oh, yeah.
Over. Okay.
Oh, yeah. They
But
did.
Miss-
It's only one boy, but
Can I ask you a
Yeah.
question? Because your situation is a little bit different than
Mhm.
everybody else's. Coming from the world we came from, we didn't have to worry about rent every month, utilities every month, and everything else. As a man, you buy your land, you build a home. All you got to worry about is just food in your stomachs for the rest of your lives.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming from that point,
Mhm.
for him coming to America now, every single month he's making sure it's being reassured on his end.
yeah.
Him giving that reassurance by his efforts and his energy, is that not enough? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, it's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you did. Think about it as a Sudanese dad, where you come from, as a respected, like our Sudanese like dads are respected as elders, and then they come here, and then they have to get like a mediocre job or a warehouse job
Mm-hmm.
where a boss is talking to them like in a certain
Facts.
way. There's a reason a lot of Sudanese dads don't stay. They
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
they want to
yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
That's a
have.
good
They
point.
have.
Because where
That's,
they are actually respected,
that's so
That's-
true. There's doctors who like people who got their doctor's degree or were
Yeah.
actual medical doctors and,
And
they
they
came
come
to South
here and
Sudan
nothing.
and it didn't transfer.
Yeah.
And so they had to really start over.
I went to
and start
college
their
with some
lives
of
over.
them.
Yeah, that's
That's
a that's a real
point.
thing.
That right
Yeah.
there, nail
Yeah.
on the hammer. I have
Mhm.
my
Wow.
auntie, my auntie Mary. If you grew up in Khartoum, in the Umdurman, Riyadh area, my auntie Mary worked in the hospital of Khartoum for over 30 years. Nursing degree from University of Khartoum.
Yeah.
Came to America,
It's sad.
had to start at ground zero, community college, get her
Yeah.
prereqs,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and work her way all the way back up for something she's been doing for the last 30 years of her life.
Saving
Right.
lives,
Wow.
like for
Like,
real.
I would tell you, if I was in her situation,
Mm.
I would have done left. I would have went back.
Right.
No questions.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have been gone because
Mm.
my accomplishments, my achievements of what I've done my whole life
Yeah.
get stripped away from me. And to answer your question, why a lot of Sudanese men probably leave, I'm not trying to condone it.
Yeah.
As a man, I feel like as a man,
It's
you
not
should,
condoning. It's
No, we're
understanding.
just
Yeah, I know.
It's understanding.
Yeah, these are
and
important
as a man,
conversations.
my views of a man is your responsibilities are your responsibilities. And sometimes we have responsibilities we never signed up for.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Being a Sudanese man and being a Sudanese son in the household, I have responsibilities I never signed up for that are here for life and from when I was of age until the day they end.
Yeah.
And the day they end, it ends with death. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I have responsibilities that I'm here for life.
My boy over here was talking about like if you say something about my sister though, you know what I mean?
Of
Like,
course.
like that's how
Like, we have
protective he is.
responsibilities.
Like
That-
it's like it talks about how much like you look at your families,
how
like,
much
as your
protectiveness
protectors,
you
like,
have to really put
like
out
yeah,
there.
you can say anything you want about me, but like these are the people that I care for, I protect. If you dare say anything about them, I'm like,
It sounds really bad, but that's the reason why we're so susceptible to gang culture.
Correct.
And being able to get into it.
Facts, and I agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
But-
all of this
but-
is it compiles.
It's
that.
all part of it.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing is like they could. I saw a video the other day. I'm sorry, I'm going just a little bit off. And I'm gonna come right back to
Go
it.
ahead.
I saw a video and this guy was speaking on the facts that it was him, his lady in the house. They heard a sound. And being a man in this world, a man that what women want, in that situation, only one of us was able to really rest in our emotions. We could both feel fear. I got to push my fear to the side and protect compared to you could put your fear to the side and
I don't know.
rely on
I
me.
feel like I can.
Listen, say hypothetically, Emma.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Me and you, we are a couple, hypothetically. It's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We're sleeping. We hear a sound. Boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
We both scared.
Yeah.
You gonna look at me like I gotta go handle it.
I will because you're
listen,
there.
Listen, I gotta push my
Yeah.
fear to the side.
Mhm.
If it's me, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have my gun. I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go downstairs and do everything, no matter how I feel. I gotta put that to the side
Yeah.
and protect. And that's only one of us is allowed to really live in our emotions, and that's the biggest thing in living in this world.
But
that we
that's
live
why I
in.
think a lot of Sudanese boys are
Straight
allowed to
facts.
have the freedom that we have. Because you have to experience the truth of the world. You have to be punched in the
Facts.
fucking mouth. You have to be able to get hurt. You have to be able to get scraped up.
Yeah.
Because the truth of it is, once you get hit in the face, you can't have no little puss-ass boy. You got to be able. You can't be pusillanimous out here. You got to
Listen.
be able to be real, and you got to get hit in the face and understand what life is really about.
Yeah.
It's not finna be a
No,
game
I
for you.
understand.
In the famous words of Mike Tyson, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
you really get punched in the mouth, you got a plan. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Reality.
I don't know what I'm doing no more. I don't know what I'm doing no more. Reality going. You don't know what you're doing no more. I swear to God, until you get hit in the face, whatever plans you done had, throw them out the window because they ain't working no more. Like you, and that's more of the freedom.
Yeah.
That Sudanese
Yeah.
boys had because
No.
they.
Like I was watching a video that was talking about like
Wait, aren't you-
I have, and
like-
I'm going to protect. I don't know. That's just
like
me.
like the different motivational videos between men and
Get on
women.
TikTok, you'll see it. Women be like,
are like,
"You're a
beautiful.
queen. You're doing
a queen."
great.
My brothers,
Your
my
time will
brothers.
come."
Just the way you
We
are.
got to
you
wrap
know?
it up.
Wrap it
Yeah.
up.
We gotta wrap it
Well,
up. No, yes. Go ahead.
This was an amazing conversation, and I definitely learned a lot. Like, honestly, that's the whole reason for the
Yeah.
roundtable is
Yeah.
just to hear different perspectives and talk about real issues. So I didn't know a lot of the stuff that y'all just said here at the end. I never thought about it like that from like a man's perspective.
I love that you
So-
brought up the fact of like
Miss
a lot
Christina.
of a lot of our family members, our father's accomplishments didn't transfer when we
Yeah,
came to
and
the
how
diaspora,
frustrating.
and how frustrating that is, and they never verbalized that.
Right.
You know, it's
They,
like
they have to come and be treated like they're nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's such a
Why would
great
they
point.
That's
stay?
such a
I would leave too.
That's real.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
that like contributes to like how they go back to South Sudan because that's where that's where they have that's their home and they have their
They
accomplishments, their medals of
and-
respect.
Yeah, people know who they
And-
are, their family, and all that.
And I
so.
think like what I've learned from that is like we need to start learning our parents better and our like
Yeah.
the older generation better, like what the reasons why they did the things that they did, and we'll understand
why we are affected the way we are.
Exactly.
Understand them better.
I'll tell you, the older I get, I really understand that I'm really here to help my mother heal.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm here to help my parents heal.
Yeah.
And the older
Let's
I
help
get,
each
the more
other
Let's
heal
help each
as
other
a
heal.
community.
And that's
Listen,
literally the point.
my
of this
traumas
platform.
won't end until my parents' traumas end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
My
we-
trauma right now is I got to pee, so fuck at it.
Oh my
Well, Emmanuel, plug yourself.
Plug yourself.
before
Okay,
you
so
walk off.
thank you guys so
Where
much
can
for
they
watching.
follow you?
Yes. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
sit down, P.
Emmanuel and Goy.
Oh my gosh.
he pushing P.
Can we wrap it up first and then you introduce
Nah,
it?
he did
Okay,
hold it.
so
He
thank you
did.
so much for watching the Ladies of Sosa.
Pushing
Okay.
P.
Emmanuel's
P.
out.
Emmanuel's out.
No, I'll be right back.
It's gonna be over when you come back, though. It's okay. We gonna plug your
We're
stuff.
gonna plug
Don't
your
worry.
stuff.
All right.
Okay, so we'll plug Emmanuel
I'll
in.
take Emmanuel's.
Yeah, we'll plug Emmanuel in.
Sarah, how do you feel about everything? The relaunch. We're on the platform this time. You know.
Yeah.
We just did that
Okay, just
whole
wait.
series segment, and we're on camera. We got a lot of feedback that people kind of want to see us, and they're confused about like what's going on with the relaunch and stuff. So
Yeah.
this is it. Like, we just want to have open conversations and invite people from within the community to come and join us and like talk things out.
Yeah. So literally, it's an open roundtable. So anybody who has something to say that's within our community, we would love to hear it. We don't have to agree with it. It could be, freedom of speech. Everybody has a perspective that someone's gonna relate to.
And you can learn something.
Yeah, even me and Christine have two different upbringings, perspectives on
Backgrounds,
things,
yeah.
backgrounds. But we, it's still a common ground of we're all South Sudanese,
Right.
and we're all trying to make the best of what we have in the diaspora.
And we want to
so.
be transparent growing this platform. Like, we don't have it all together. We're building and figuring it out as we go. But we do want to include the community and ask for your feedback. If there's any topics you want us to cover or anybody you want us to interview, anything like that, just let us know. We want it to be collaborative. And
Yeah. Well, we email us, message us, DM us
at
and
Ladies of Sosa.
at Ladies of Sosa. Follow, subscribe, and go ahead, Emma. Go ahead and plug yourself.
Plug yourself.
We're Christine and Sarah. Y'all.
Yeah,
find
we'll
us.
put our
Ladies of
socials.
Sosa.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Emma Alier. You can follow me at East African Queen 3_. Yeah, you do learn a lot from these conversations, so I advise you to watch throughout the whole video. I learned a lot today. I'll tell you that for a fact, and it's not even cap. I did learn a lot, and I love it. I'm gonna apply it to my life. So yeah.
My name is Willie Lukiru. Instagram WillieFast_. And thank you guys for inviting me. This is I love this. I love having these type of conversations with our people.
Thank you for your perspective.
We need to,
I
we
learned
need
a
to
lot
open
from
up
you.
and talk
Yeah.
to each other more. So yeah.
Welcome to Sunday Night Slow Jam.
Of course. KK gotta be extra.
This is DJ R Dove, and this is a late night appreciation. My name is Koyam. You can follow me on Instagram at the real Koyam, KOYOM. You could follow me on TikTok at Koyam. You can get my MySpace, my High Five, my AOL account. Anything that you need, I got it. And this is the appreciation to all the South Sudanese women, and shout out to the ladies of Sosa, Christine and Sarah. I really appreciate y'all for giving us this platform. That's my deep.
We love y'all.
It's for all of us. It's for everyone.
Yes.
This is my deep voice for all the people out there.
You need seductive radio.
I'm done. Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys.
No, Emmanuel, go ahead. You can smooth it.
Sunday Slow Jams.
Go ahead.
Sunday Slow Jams, huh?
Emmanuel's in comedy. If y'all haven't, a lot of people said he was funny. So.
Listen, I'm the real comedian here.
Don't tell them that now. They're gonna be like, he ain't that funny.
You.
He ain't that funny.
Because if you plug yourself, it looks.
Make me laugh. Make me laugh.
Emmanuel, plug yourself.
He's a stand-up comedian.
Can you imagine?
Emmanuel, plug yourself. So we can wrap this up. Damn.
Instagram is Emmanuel_comedy. The rest of it is just Emmanuel. AMANUAL. My mama saying my name.
Emmanuel.
Really
Love you
uniquely.
guys. Thank
We
you
love
so
y'all.
much.
Thank you guys for watching.
Oh my
Stay
God,
tuned
I
for
love you
next episode.
guys.
Thank you.
That's a wrap.
It's time.